So, hey guys, and welcome to another Duel Commentary here on Friday. Hope you've had a good week so far, and we're here on the unrated part of Duel Network with Rox Man at 716 versus kaiba-yusei at 801. Like how he's kaiba-yusei but using a Jaden picture. But anyway, let's see what these guys are playing. Playing 15 card extra decks and pretty normal rounded decks. 45 cards or below I usually count as a normal sized deck, but we see a tour guide played here. Gonna use the effect. Oh yeah, that seems all good. Seems normal plays here, going through setting cards using tour guides. It's just yeah, basic first turn moves, but going for a tour guide, interesting. Maybe has the Sangan in his hand, or maybe doesn't even play Sangan. But yeah, interesting. We're going to see a tour guide attacked against Cross Porter. You can send one monster you control to the graveyard and special summon one Neo-Spatian monster from your hand. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Neo-Spatian monster from your deck to your hand. Nice. It's probably seeing Neo-Spatians then. Might be playing the Neo-Spatian Hummingbird OTK. What? Does he not know its effect? When this comes into the graveyard, you can add one Neo-Spatian monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, it's all fair dues. All working out nice. Oh, okay, he's just reading Cross-Porter's effect. I don't think not many people play Cross-Porter, or not even Neo-Spatian decks seem to play a lot of Cross-Porter, so... might be seeing... Is that the end turn? He's ending. He's not overlaying. I think he was scared of the mole. But... That's an interesting choice. That's going to be on 1800. Interesting choice not to overlay. I think he was obviously a bit scared of the mole. But I think I probably still would have overlaid. What could you have overlaid into? So we're going to see a card trooper here to mill 3. Necro Guardian, a nice effect failure, not too bad, and a light pulsar dragon. So we're seeing Chaos Dragons here. Fair dues. Chaos Dragons, not too often play. Well, actually, I was going to say they're not seeing huge amounts of play these days. They're a bit. Chaos Dragons are a bit like Lightsworn, in the sense that I think they're going to, at the moment, if nothing hits them, they're just going to just stay the same as Lightsworn, which is just constantly be pretty good. Be a bit like Six Samurais, stuff like that. Six Samurais, those kind of E-heroes, those kind of decks are pretty much, if they're not gonna get hit because they're not topping, probably gonna stay the same as they are, at being pretty high top really, well, very high top tier 2 or very low top tier 1. But yeah, milling here, Lila, Card Trooper, not bad mills. The Chaos Dragon player is playing pretty much how a Chaos Dragon usually plays. Interesting really just to see him not overlay. I really would have. I don't know what he was wanting from, because he was obviously scared of the mole, but it would have then left the opponent's field open, so he could have got a few attacks in if he really wanted to. But as obviously the Chaos Dragon's doing alright now, but Chaos Dragons always do alright. So there's nothing wrong with what he's doing here, and we're going to see a Card Trooper and Sangan attack. As we can see, he had the Sangan in his hand, which is why he didn't search out for the Sangan. Because obviously, even if he's leaving them out like he was, Sangan would be a much better choice. But he had it in his hand, which is why he couldn't play it. I think the Chaos Dragon here player is going to win. kaiba-yusei, I'm not sure if he's playing just classic elemental heroes, or maybe playing mix of Neo-Spatians and elemental heroes. Neo-Spatians can work out really well if you go for the OTK, so he's playing Polymerization. Interesting choice. He's probably playing more of the old school. What's that going for? Gaia. Okay. From enough, I thought he was going to contact fusion with Polymerization, but so he's going for Gaia. Probably not the greatest elemental hero fusion you can make. There are a lot of good ones. So kaiba-yusei isn't English actually, but he's going to hit Light Pulsar Dragon from what I remember, there is no dragons in Rox Man's graveyard, so he's going to be able to run over Light Pulsar Dragon. All fair dues. Yeah, I don't think the Elemental Hero play is going to come back much, personally, but obviously if he runs over the Light Pulsar Dragon... Oh, actually no, he won't be able to run over the Light Pulsar Dragon, will he? Necro Gardener is in the grave. So seeing Pot of Avarice played here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think maybe kaiba-yusei forgot about the Necro Gardener, which is actually going to hurt him. Which is why he's played the Pot of Avarice. Unless he's drawn into something good, then he has the Necro Gardener Rox Man, so Light Pulsar will not actually go to the graveyard this turn, and then he'll be able to run over him next turn. So he might have thought about putting him in defense mode, but we're seeing a Monster Reborn here. Is he going to Monster Reborn the Necro Guard? No, there is another dragon in his grave. Ah, I didn't know that. So he's going to reborn the Light Pulsar. Probably now going to be able to run over Card Trooper and Light Pulsar, which is all good, so he will lose quite a bit of damage there. And then we'll see the Light Pulsar run over Card Trooper. Interesting that he didn't play Necro Gardener. I really would have played Necro Gardener on the Light Pulsar, just to keep the dragon out, just in case he got Red Eyes, like Darkness Metal Dragon out or something. Obviously he might have had a Dark Hole in his hand, so he didn't have a Rory. But I would have just kept it out, because it would have meant he would have had to try and point Light Pulsar Dragon if he wanted to get rid of it so much. So yeah, I probably would have played the Necro Gardener, but it's Rox Man's deck and he knows how to play his own deck, so I won't criticise him too much, but I'll just say what I would do. So we're going to see a Dark and Light for the Light Pulsar Dragon summoned. Oh, for a Dark Flare Dragon summoned. I'll just overlay that for you guys so you know what its effect is. But that's going to hurt. Dark Flare Dragon, a really nice card. Really nice card. I love its artwork as well, I think it's beautiful. So we're going to see an ally Justice of Catasta summoned, which is going to get over, well, either of the cards, because neither of them are dark. He's going to try and search out a Sangan, probably a Raikou. Yeah, a Raikou. Didn't really have much else to search out for, but a Raikou is probably good. Chaos Dragons, I do like Chaos Dragons. I actually do like Chaos Dragons. I like them a lot more now since Future Fusion banned, because I think they're loads more fair and they're nice to see, and I think Dark Flare Dragon and Light Pulsar are just gorgeous cards, and it's a really cheap, Chaos Dragons are quite a cheap bling deck, because you can bling this deck out loads if you really wanted to. Interesting that you went light with that. I would have attacked the Light Pulsar and then ran into thingy, but oh, he's got a Volcasaurus. Once per turn, you can detach one extra opponent target, one face up monster your opponent controls. Destroy that target, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Ah, now that is a nice move. That was a really nice move by Rox Man there. So he's going to be minus 25. Let's see what kaiba-yusei. But like I was saying, yeah, I think Chaos Dragon's a really cheap bling deck. They're one of the cheaper bling decks you can get at the moment, which when I say bling is just having shiny card. I think they're one of the cheaper bling decks you can actually get from the cards at the moment, because Light Pulsars and Dark Flares are quite cheap to get, and some of the other cards in this deck are quite expensive, but they're not as expensive as some other decks in the meta at the moment. But yeah, let's see. That once per turn you take one face-up monster your opponent controls, what this card's name and effects become those of that target. Okay, so he's going to not be able to do much with that actually, because he won't get the same attack. He'll be able to use its effect, but he won't be able to use its effect because he has to detach. And there we go, kaiba-yusei of its defeat. Yeah, I think kaiba-yusei was playing a kind of old school Neo-Spacian Elemental Hero deck and just couldn't compete with Chaos Dragons. Chaos Dragons are like Six Samurais, are like Elemental Heroes. They will always, and Lightsworn, they'll always compete and always get high up. They don't top a lot, but I mean, like, come first place, but they do get into top 32 a lot of the time. Yeah, Rox Man played some really nice moves there. He was really good. I probably would have Necro Gardenered instead sometimes, but he played some great moves. And yeah, nice plays to Rox Man there. And kaiba-yusei just couldn't compete with the speed. Even Rox Man wasn't going that fast, but he just couldn't compete with that speed. I probably would have. He had the mole in his. Oh, he didn't have the mole in his hand. He got rid of it for a Gaia, which was probably the bad choice by kaiba-yusei. You always want to try and keep that mole. But anyway, guys, that's Rox Man winning. Chaos Dragons winning. They're always going to be a good deck. But yeah, that's nice. Nice to see. So hope you enjoyed this, guys, and see you around. Cheers.